In life, we often find ourselves facing moments where we feel overlooked, abandoned, or neglected, whether it's in relationships, friendships, or even our professional journey. It's easy to focus on the people who walk away, the ones who don't appreciate us, or the ones who choose not to show up. But what if I told you that those who fade away aren't the ones we should be focused on? What if the true power lies in recognizing and appreciating the ones who are present, the ones who choose to stand by us, day in and day out? Today, let's dive into why it's crucial to focus on who shows up, not who fades away. You know, we live in a world that thrives on validation. Likes, comments, replies, attention, all of it feels like fuel sometimes. And when someone ignores you, especially someone you care about, it can make you question everything about yourself. But here's the thing I've learned through the chaos of fame, failure, friendships, and love: your worth is not defined by someone else's attention. Let that sink in. You are not less beautiful because someone didn't compliment you. You're not less talented because someone didn't clap. You're not invisible just because someone chose not to see you. Their inability to recognize your light doesn't dim it. That power, the one to know your worth, it lives in you, not in their reaction. When I started out, there were rooms I walked into where I felt invisible. Doors that didn't open, people who didn't notice, but instead of questioning my value, I started reminding myself, I am not here to be chosen, I am here to choose myself, my worth, my voice. You are a whole universe with dreams, flaws, strengths, and a fire that doesn't need permission to burn bright. So if someone ignores you, let them. That's their story, not yours. Your journey isn't about who pays attention. It's about who deserves your energy. Validate yourself. Love yourself so completely that silence from others doesn't echo inside you. Walk like you've already arrived. Speak like your words matter, because they do. You matter, every bit of you. So stand tall, be bold, and never let someone else's inattention make you forget how powerful you truly are. One of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, and trust me, I'm still learning it, is this: people's behavior is a reflection of them, not you. We often take things so personally. Someone's coldness, their rudeness, their silence, it cuts deep, and our instinct is to ask, what did I do wrong? But here's the truth: not everything is about you. Not every emotion people project has something to do with your actions or your value. Sometimes people are fighting silent battles you can't see. Sometimes they're carrying pain that has nothing to do with you. And sometimes they just don't have the emotional capacity to meet you where you are. Their behavior doesn't define your worth. It defines their state, their mindset, their heart. I've had people be dismissive, distant, or even cruel, and I used to replay those moments in my head, wondering what I could have done differently. But now, I recognize that how someone treats you is a mirror of them. Their insecurities, their fears, their unresolved wounds. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond. Don't shrink yourself to fit into their comfort zones. Don't internalize their projections. Instead, stand in your truth, lead with kindness, but protect your peace. Remember, someone's bad day, bad mood, or bad behavior doesn't mean you're bad. It just means they have work to do on themselves. So let people be who they are, and let that teach you who you want to be, because your peace is too expensive to let someone else's storm steal it. You know, we're taught to fill the silence, to respond. To react, to speak up, even when we don't fully understand what we're feeling. But what I've realized over the years is that sometimes silence teaches you what noise never can. When someone ignores you, the silence can feel deafening, almost like a rejection in disguise. But instead of rushing to fill that space with assumptions or apologies, pause, listen, because silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. It reveals truths about people and about you. In my life, the quiet moments have often been the most revealing. They've shown me who checks in without being asked, who disappears when the spotlight dims. They've taught me resilience, patience, and the art of observing rather than reacting. Silence forces you to sit with yourself, and that's not always comfortable, but it's always necessary. It's in the quiet that your intuition gets louder. It's in the stillness that you hear your own voice, your real needs, your unfiltered truth. So if someone is ignoring you, don't chase noise, don't beg for clarity. Let the silence do its job. Trust that it's teaching you something, maybe about them, maybe about yourself, maybe about the kind of energy you no longer need to carry. We grow so much in the spaces in between, the chaos, in the quiet, in the waiting, in the reflection. Silence can be healing, it can be your reset, and sometimes silence is the loudest boundary you can set, the most graceful way to say, I deserve more than this. So honor the silence, embrace it, learn from it, and then rise with more clarity, more strength, and more self-respect than ever before. There's a shift that happens the moment you stop chasing and start attracting. And trust me, it changes everything. We're conditioned to chase attention, love, approval, opportunities. We think the harder we run, the closer we'll get to what we want. But chasing comes from a place of lack. It says, I need you to see me so I can feel worthy. And let me tell you, that's exhausting. I've been there in auditions, relationships, friendships, trying to prove I'm enough. But the moment I realized my energy is sacred, I stopped running after people who didn't recognize it. And instead of shrinking myself to be chosen, I decided to be so grounded in who I am that what's meant for me has no choice but to find me. Attracting is not passive, it's powerful. It's becoming so aligned with your values, your purpose, your vibe, that the right people, the right opportunities naturally gravitate toward you. It's about doing the inner work, falling in love with your life, creating a world so full and magnetic that you don't need to beg to be a part of anyone else's. Because the truth is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So become someone who is confident, compassionate, fulfilled, and watch how your energy speaks louder than words. Don't waste your magic on chasing someone who doesn't see it. Instead, elevate, heal, grow, focus on your goals, glow from within. And trust me, when you stop chasing the wrong things, the right ones will start showing up effortlessly, beautifully, and in alignment with the highest version of you. So stop running, just rise. The rest will follow. There's a very specific kind of pain that comes from being ignored, especially by someone you gave your time, your energy, your heart to. It's the kind of pain that sits quietly inside you, asking questions like, was I not enough? Or did I do something wrong? I've felt it too, that sting of invisibility. But let me tell you something. You don't have to stay in that pain. You can use it. You can turn that pain into power. You can turn that silence into self-elevation. Every time someone ignored me, overlooked me, or made me feel like I didn't matter, I used it as fuel. I took that emptiness and filled it with ambition. I let it push me to dig deeper into who I am, to invest in myself, to grow. Because the best response to being underestimated is becoming undeniable. You don't need their validation to rise. What you need is the willingness to turn that rejection into redirection. Pain has a way of spotlighting the places within us that need our own attention. So instead of waiting for someone else to acknowledge your worth, start showing up for yourself. Work on your goals, heal your wounds, level up your energy, let your glow speak for itself. Because the truth is, when you elevate mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you stop craving the attention of those who couldn't even appreciate your presence. Let being ignored be your turning point, not your breakdown. Let it awaken the version of you that doesn't beg to be seen because she already knows her value. So rise higher, shine louder, and let your transformation be the response to their silence. Rejection, it stings, doesn't it? Whether it's someone ignoring you, not choosing you, or closing a door you really wanted to walk through, that no can feel like a punch to the heart. I've been rejected more times than I can count, in auditions, in relationships, in boardrooms. And every single time it felt personal, until I realized this simple truth: rejection isn't the end, it's redirection. Let that land. It's not that you weren't enough, it's that the universe had something else in store, something bigger, better, more aligned with who you're truly becoming. Looking back, the roles I didn't get, the people who walked away, the opportunities that slipped through my fingers, all of them led me to something greater, and I wouldn't trade that growth for anything. When someone ignores you or rejects you, don't let it break you. Let it guide you. Take it as a signal, not this path, not this person, not this timing. It's not failure, it's feedback. It's life saying, hold on, I've got something better, trust me. And I know in the moment, it's hard to see the bigger picture, but that's where faith comes in. Faith in your journey, faith in your value, faith that no rejection can take away what is truly meant for you. So instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Start asking, where is this taking me? That mindset shift is everything. Let rejection push you, not define you. Let it refine your direction, not reduce your spirit. Because sometimes the closed door is exactly what you needed to walk toward your true calling. Trust the redirection. It's leading you home. There comes a moment in every strong person's life where you have to make a choice not between right and wrong, but between being tolerated and being truly valued. And that moment, it often shows up when someone ignores you, disrespects you, or takes your presence for granted. That's when you need to ask yourself, do I respect myself enough to walk away? It's not easy, especially when your heart is involved, especially when you've invested time, energy, emotion. But walking away isn't weakness, it's power. It's saying, I know what I bring to the table, and I won't sit where I'm not appreciated. In my own life, I've had to walk away from people, from roles, from situations that didn't honor my worth. And trust me, it wasn't always graceful. Sometimes it hurt, but every time I chose myself over being undervalued, I grew. I stepped into a stronger version of who I was meant to be. Walking away doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to stop settling. It means you're setting a boundary, a loud and clear one that says, I will not shrink to fit into places I've outgrown. When someone ignores you, it's not always about silence. Sometimes it's about power. Don't let that silence turn into self-doubt. Stand up, straighten your crown, and remind yourself, I deserve more than this. Walking away is an act of self-respect. It's not giving up, it's leveling up. Because the moment you choose yourself, the universe starts aligning everything to reflect that same energy back to you. So be bold, be brave, and walk not away from them, but toward you. It's easy to get caught up in the people who leave. The ones who fade away, the ones who choose to walk out of your life. We all have those moments where we feel like we've given so much, and yet someone chooses not to stay. But here's the thing, you have to stop focusing on the people who leave and start celebrating the ones who stay. It's a natural tendency to wonder, why did they go? What did I do wrong? But what if the question we ask ourselves is, what am I learning from this? The people who fade away are teaching you the strength to stand on your own. They are paving the way for better relationships, for better energy to enter your life. The truth is, life isn't about who leaves. It's about who shows up, who chooses to be there, who stands by you through thick and thin, who supports you when you need it the most. These are the people who reflect your value, your worth, your energy. These are the people you need to focus on. In my journey, I've learned that the ones who show up, whether it's friends, family, or even mentors, are the ones who truly matter. They are the ones who see you, believe in you, and push you to be your best self. And they are the ones who will be there when the storms come, when the lights dim, and when the world isn't watching. So stop looking back at who faded away. Instead, pour your energy into the ones who choose to walk with you. Let go of the people who aren't meant to stay, and make space for those who are, because they are the ones who truly count.